Okay then, Helldivers, we are back and we have got a lot to go over today as the Illuminate are making some really questionable choices, and the final day of Reckoning has obviously now appeared and we've got some interesting stuff happening with that. Taking a look over the Reddit though, it seems that you guys have been doing some, well, experimenting inside of the game, and it's had some hilarious moments, as well as an award for the Top Gun of the Year, which is an interesting one coming from PC Gamer, but we're going to go over that article as well. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. And make sure you check out our sponsor, Instant Gaming, the platform where you can buy your video games cheaper for PC and consoles with the best deals, offers, promotions, and discounts. It's absolutely a no-brainer. So, links in the description. Get your games a little bit cheaper today. But with that being said, let's get to the Galactic War Table and see what it is that's happening inside of the game today then. So, starting off in your dispatch notes, you'll see a weird one as the Holiday Tidings brings the third day of the Festival of Reckoning, and it's the most special day, the Feast of the Electorate, the celebrating of the first free and managed election where Helldivers are given access to truly overflowing bounty of all manner of weaponry, which is a very interesting venture indeed, as a lot of you guys have been enjoying that fifth slot filled with so many goodies of stratagems. It's brilliant. But taking a look at your Galactic War map right now, we've got 11 hours and 5 minutes remaining for the major order. The Illuminate here are on Julheim, and this is the weirdest placement because they are back to back with the automatons, which is always terrifying knowing that they could potentially ever work on their own, but we'll have to wait and see where that one goes. Meridia is still pretty clear from any sort of attack ability, with everything having, well, pretty much full liberation around this area, so we'll see where that one goes after the next 11 hours and when the major order updates, as Super Earth should hopefully venture into some new grounds going into the after Christmas season. So we'll see what happens. Your personal order for today is to complete 6 secondary objectives, which you can get done in just 2 individual missions of an operation, so it should be pretty easy to succeed in. And for those of you guys who are wondering with what's going on the Superstore, you've got your final 24-hour notice period for all of the valid items from the Killzone 1 drop. And just to let you guys know really quickly, as far as the Killzone 2 drop and with the Twitch drop armor that everyone's been talking about for the PS5, Mitchimus has approached it and said that it will be looked into in the new year, so don't expect anything to change as of right now. That should be due to change in the new year, where everything should hopefully start running into play, and we'll know what happens with the main Killzone 2 drop listing. But a really quick one, as Gun of the Year 2024 has now been announced. PC Gamer did an article on it, and out of all games and all guns in gaming, Helldivers 2's AC-8 autocannon actually managed to take the Gun of the Year 2024. Which is, for me personally, absolutely incredible that the game has managed to secure spots in so many different sectors. Now, obviously, the autocannon is pretty much well known for most, and it's just one of those things where if you want to get things done on a successful manner, then you can take the AC-8 autocannon into pretty much any faction possible, and it will do well. But to know that it's beating all games for all gun styles, this is pretty well nice to know. And it does appear that you guys have been enjoying the game quite substantially as of right now. We've obviously just got our latest movement in the Reckoning, with the stratagems being pretty much unlimited at the moment, which is incredible. And you guys have had a new favorite with 4,000 upvotes of the orbital lasers being unlimited, which has led to you guys kind of wanting it to always be unlimited and not have just a 3-point usage, which I would completely agree with. I think this is probably one of the most used stratagems inside of the game, and one that has got probably one of the awesome effects that you guys are enjoying. But apparently, though, you guys are enjoying a lot more, as the Reddit has been absolutely bustling with cool clips, funny moments, and so much more as you guys have been playing over the Christmas period. And coming from wallbouncing_ Twitch page, this one right here is probably one of the funniest clips I've seen in ages, as they now have jousting inside of the game, using the spear, using the FRV, and the dimensional shield, and you can have pretty much the most enjoyable time of your life and joust your friends side to side. So if you want to give this one a crack, it's definitely worth doing. But the clip itself was absolutely hilarious, and I can imagine they had a load of fun with it, as well as apparently sneaking has got a lot more in-depth inside of the game, as you can actually believe. This clip right here is about 1.5 minutes on Reddit, so if you want to watch the full thing, then feel free to go to. We've got the source down in the description, but it just shows how well you can genuinely sneak even past the automatons their hearing evidently is not that great. But it is a brilliant, brilliant way of being able to get into certain bases and being able to set off some hilarious plays. This one right here obviously ended with a, well, not sneaky method, but it was quite a funny usage overall, and a very, very good clip that you guys should definitely go and show some appreciation to. Now, before we get into the next bit though, we are going to be loading into leak territory here, and this one is quite a big one. So for those of you guys who are not sure about leaks or don't particularly like them, this is the point in the video where you definitely do want to go, because these are some pretty huge leaks, to say the least, coming from Iron Sights. As per usual, he's coming in with the goods. So if you don't want to watch it, now's the time to go. If you are sticking around though, it's time to look at some new Illuminate attack methods, which, holy cow, these are crazy. So starting off, we have the Illuminate Obelisk, and Iron Sights has got some more detail with regards to this, because this thing looks absolutely demonic. It states right here, Illuminate Obelisk. The Illuminate Obelisk from the first game may be returning. Only the attacks for the Illuminate Obelisk are currently in the files, and as of right now, it only has a lightning attack and projectile attack. Here are the projectiles used by the Obelisk, and this is crazy. It's got a full explosion animation to it. The glow is borderline blinding, and I can imagine that this thing is going to go and do some crazy damage as they just shoot down full buildings. As to what this is going to do with a distanced amount of shots, I think that we may be experiencing something a little bit crazy alongside the automatons. This well could be a bit of a game changer with the Illuminate, and they're probably going to be a lot harder than what we think. Moving into the second one though, we've got the leaked Adept Shockwave ability. Now this is an ability used by the Illuminate cultists, and this looks pretty damn cool. It's exactly what it says on the tin. It's a shockwave ability. Now as whether it is a single pulse point or a single shot or just an array of bullets, like we've got different usage points shot here from Iron Sights, we'll have to wait and see, but this is absolutely nutty, and it's quite a close ranger. No matter how far forward he seems to shoot it, it has the same distance, so these are going to be quite close ranged from the cultists, to say the least. And finally, we've got this right here, which is the Illusionist Droid Ball Projectile, which shoots off an individual ball and splits off into a cluster, which is going to cause an absolute array of pain. Now, these guys are going to be floating around on what looks like Dr. X's chair. This thing just floats all over the place with a shield ball around it, so this is going to be a menacing mother trucker, to say the least. But the fact that it actually has the array point of actually having the clusters afterwards does concern me quite greatly. It's going to be a bit of a nightmare, that's for sure, and hopefully the damage output isn't so high on the clusters as to the direct impact of the shot, but we'll have to wait and see. Let me know what your guys' opinions are of these, as these could be some really, really interesting features coming in towards the Illuminate, especially with this major order coming off on the holidays and moving into the new year. We know that they're really going to be ramping up the game again. As to whether that takes a storyline straight into the Illuminate takeover come January 1st or even a little bit further down the line, we'll have to wait and see. But for me, this is going to be a very, very fun time period to be a Helldiver. And taking a look into your top comments right now, we have got some interesting ones with regards to capes and ping buttons, apparently. This top one right here with 110 light states, I think we really need a help ping button. I think that that is definitely warranted and definitely needed. I would use it probably more often than I care to imagine. Next up though, this one right here states, I still want a cape for Meridia. Those missions were nightmare fuel. And yes, I do think that actually having a black and purple cape with maybe just like a jet black cape and a purple ring in the middle would be easy enough to make and would look so damn effective. I'd love to have a Meridia cape, but again, we're looking into the capes being selective for certain missions and stuff like that. May well be a thing in the future, as confirmed by Sham Georgiani, intrigued over the overall notion. And your final top comment right here is a lengthy one. It states, I'm also a 24-year-old uncle. I play Helldivers with my nephew, and it's always a blast. He joined me and my friend's ship, then asked him to get in and out of the Hell pod. He complied and then got kicked around the ship. It was funny as hell at the time. We didn't know about that bug. It is hilarious to know that there are the bugs that are going around. Not only are you able to play with your friends and enjoy those for the most part as well, but you can also bring in family members, whether it's nieces, nephews, uncles, dads, mums. It's hilarious how much you guys are really enjoying this, and it's really nice to know that you guys can enjoy this in the comfort of your family homes. Nonetheless, unfortunately, that's all we've got time for today though. If you haven't already, make sure you do hit the like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. We're going to be live a little later on to say hello to your beautiful faces. faces and see how it is that your Christmases went. With that being said, thanks again for watching, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the clouds.